70 years ago, they told me, be successful. But they didn't teach me how to fail. I'm 70 years old. If I were a young man, I would be ashamed of what I'm about to tell you. But I have neither pride nor time. I am a man who has lost everything in life. I lost everything too. I was 35. I was looking down at the street from my office window, thinking I was the master of the world. 2 companies, 3 houses, 8-figure numbers in my bank account. I had a beautiful wife, a smart son. One morning I woke up and it was all gone. People asked me, what happened? As if there had been some great disaster. No, I lost it. With my own choices, with my own pride, I lost it. First thing to go was my money, an investment. They said it was guaranteed. There's no such thing as guaranteed, but I didn't listen. The day I was going to sign, my wife said, don't do it. Yelled at her, what do you understand about the business world? 3 months later, I was bankrupt. But the most painful thing wasn't the money I lost. Houses can be sold, new ones can be bought. The heaviest thing was that look in my wife's eyes. That look said so many things. I had never felt so helpless. Do you know what pride is? Pride is not being able to apologize even though you know you're wrong. Pride is the sentence, I'm sorry, nodding up in your throat. I never said that sentence. Instead, I blamed her. You didn't support me, I said, as if I wasn't the one who had ruined everything. A year later, she left. She took my son too. By the time I reached 55, I was in a small apartment. Compared to my old life, this was a grave. The walls were paper thin and I could hear the neighbor's television. I couldn't sleep at night. But the reason I couldn't sleep wasn't the noise, it was the silence. My son wasn't calling me. My old friends were nowhere to be found. When I was successful, I was surrounded by people. Now there was only silence. One night I looked in the mirror. Really looked. I didn't know how many years it had been since I'd looked at myself. The man I saw was a stranger, a tired, tense, lonely stranger. And for the first time, an honest voice came from within me. You deserve this. That night, I cried. At 55 years old, I cried sobbing like a child. Those tears washed something away. The pride, the lies, I don't know. When I woke up in the morning, something had changed. For the first time, I could say I was wrong. There was no one to hear it, but I said it anyway. 15 years have passed since then. My son and I are on good terms. We talk once a month. Even though the old warmth isn't there, something is. There's respect. I'm no longer the father who knows everything. He's no longer a child who has to listen to me. Like when you lost everything, I hated you, but I grew up and I realized this. You had taught me the most valuable lesson. What was that? What failure is like? And how to get back up after it. In that moment, I felt like I'd been freed from a burden I'd been carrying for years. Here's what I want to tell you. My story is not a great success story. My gravestone would say, he left a great mark on this world. Watching my wife walk out that door for the last time, I learned this. Being right doesn't keep your bed warm. You can't sleep with your pride. Your ego can't embrace you. When that door closed, I understood. You can win an argument and lose a lifetime. I remember the day my son started saying "dad" instead of "daddy." That tiny word change told the story of the long distances that had grown between us. That's when I learned this. You don't earn a child's respect with money, but by giving yourself. There, when bankrupt, I learned this. Success doesn't show you who you are, only who you are not. The night I moved into the small apartment, sitting there crying, I learned this. Falling is not shameful. What's shameful is when you reach out your hand and there's no one to hold it. Because when you were rising, you never held anyone's hand. And I learned the most painful lesson at my wife's funeral. Standing by the casket, I counted the "I'm sorry" I never said. Thousands of "I'm sorries." Each one pierced my chest like a dagger. That day I learned this. Some words don't get a second chance. Some goodbyes never happen. And this is 100 times more painful than losing your money.